All right, let's start with some week one picks. Let's go, baby. So pumped for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. All right, let's start with the first games here. I like TCU over Colorado minus 20 and a half. Sorry, Dion. You got to see what you got on the field. You got a roster full of 70 new players. Can you mesh that and bring them together over one off season? Not buying it. I'm going TCU, taking the Horned Frogs minus 20 and a half. Move on to the next game. This is maybe one of the more underrated games of the week. Really excited about it. Boise State goes into Seattle, Washington. A lot of preseason hype coming out of Washington this year. Kalen DeBoer came off awesome season last year. A lot of hype. Interested to see how that goes. I'm feeling Boise State here. Boise State plus 14. Avalos is going to get his guys fired up for this. They want to spoil their season. Taylon Green, he's going to be a big piece of that offense. They got a lot of weapons out at receiver. We'll see how the Washington defense does against them. They ranked 48th in Bill Connelly's SP+. I think Boise State can keep this game tight. I like Boise State, the Broncos, plus 14. Another awesome game. Let's get to the nighttime slot. The Battle of the Carolinas. South Carolina and North Carolina. In Charlotte, North Carolina's a 2.5-point favorite. Obviously, Drake May. Anytime you go against Drake May, that's tough for the opponent defense. He's the truth. He's the real deal. I'm buying into Beamer ball. It hates me to say it, but I'm buying into Beamer ball. I'm really interested to see what Nick Harbor is going to do, what his role is going to be. He's going to be my watch out player of the week. He's in a big time spot. He is an athletic freak. So I'm really curious to see how he's going to do. If they get him rolling, I like South Carolina here. I'm actually going South Carolina money line. Get them to win outright in the state of North Carolina. All right, let's move on to the Sunday night game. I mean, this is the game of the week everyone is looking forward to. Been looking forward to it since the national championship last year. Both teams having a lot of hype. Both teams are like co-favorites to win their conference or be very, very competitive to win their conference. LSU versus Florida State. This game's in Orlando. Florida State went to, I think it was New Orleans last year. Went to New Orleans last year, beat LSU in Brian Kelly's first game, a 1-point game, tight game. The game was pretty sloppy, actually. Curious to see how Brian Kelly responds and what Mike Norvell will be doing with his loaded roster now full of transfers. So I think, the quarterbacks are in a similar place. Jordan Travis and Jaden Daniels, both like great runners, a big threat in the run. Dialed up their pass game more towards the end of the season last year, but both still had some question marks. So they both have really big look-ahead years this year. This game's going to set the tone for the season for both of these teams. So excited to see this game. This game is going to be awesome. I got LSU minus 2.5, revenge game. I think they're going to get it done in Orlando. All right, last game I like here. Clemson versus Duke. Now, this goes against my rule. Guys, I'm a Clemson fan. I have a rule. I do not bet on Clemson, but this number's too juicy. I got too much emotions. Week one, it's the sole game of the week. I like Clemson minus 13 here. I think Cade Klubnik and Garrett Riley, they're going to have a lot cooking this year, and I think this is just going to be the beginning of a special year for them. Duke, obviously, they have a big threat at quarterback in Riley Leonard. He's a beast, so you can't look past him. I just think people are riding Duke a little bit more because they had a really successful season. A lot of credit to him. Mike Elko's done a fantastic job there. I just think the talent on this Clemson team is too great. I think Cade is poised to have a really good year. So I like Tigers minus 13. Let's rock.